I suggest you to have your own document. You have keep your note, okay? It's not very good. I see no one take note. I see no one take note. Do you think you will remember this during next week? If not, keep a note, okay? So, okay, you are here, okay, try to learn how to solve problem, not try to earn a high mark. Okay, everyone can do that. Okay, so someone like figure out how to set the jumper and say, how do you know it's like that? He say someone told him or lecturer told him. But remember, when you go out, no one tell you this. Your boss just say, go do this, right? He won't tell you that, okay, you need to do this, do that. In that way, he will do that. He won't ask you to do that, right? So you need to always ask yourself, if no one told me this, can I figure out by myself? Okay, if you cannot open the original document, the menu is the one everyone refers to. So you need to learn how to read the menu, how to read the schematic, how to get the information that I told you. Okay? Because I won't tell you anything. And here as well, you have learned SW4 is using this baseball pin, using this LPC pin as its active load device, and you have your code which can use this already. Keep your code, keep this record. Okay, otherwise I believe next week you come here, you will do this one more time. You will open your menu and figure out what is this, and then, you know, it's wasting time. Every time you start from zero. Okay, this is how people keep progress. Okay, so here as well, for SW3, as I say, you have two options. Write down the two options. What are the LPC pin for this or this? And what should be the jumper setting for each option? Okay, then next time you don't need to go through this anymore. Okay, just check, okay, my jumper, is it there? Is it there? Right? Is my code for this pin, the setting, is it there? Then you can run. Okay? So learn how to build up, not restart every time from zero. Okay? So, as I said here, you have two options. Okay, either this one or this one. Okay, so your jumper setting depending on which one you are choosing. Okay, and this is a document. Everyone refers to this. Okay, lecturer also read this and tell you how to set the jumper. Read this, see whether you can retrieve the same information as us. Okay, so read here. Okay, basically it says this jumper should be set either up position or lower position depending on whether you are using PIO2_9 or BLEN. Okay, and if you are using BLEN, you need to set another jumper as well, J13. Okay, so if you are using the second option, there are two jumpers you need to take care of. If you are using the first option, only this jumper should be set correctly. Okay, so this is something you should be able to retrieve by yourself. And then depending on, so basically this one is, which pin is this one? 210. This one?
0.4.
Okay, then write down your jumper. J62, right, upper. Okay, this one J62 lower plus J13 what? This is your node. Okay, you don't want to repeat this process one more time. Okay? So later on as well, okay, when you are working on other devices, light sensor, have a note how to do light sensor, how to do accelerometer. Okay, how to do that. I mean, this is also get prepared for your assessment. Okay? Then you move to your application program. Just now you have it Okay, so basically this is my summary. Okay, I indicate with different colors. If I'm using this, this is my jumper setting. If I'm using this one, these are my jumper setting. These are the pins. These are the code. Okay? And your application program, you need to introduce one more variables that keep checking your SW3. If these two are both pressed, you do something else. Okay? And basically here, okay, people keep config. Okay, let me show you my code. Here. Oh wait, this one. Here. This is the code I wrote for my SW4, right? So I have this one, as I said, this is the data type. This is a data type given in the library, defined in the library, and you give a name. So this line, okay, don't get confused about this. This is just equivalent like int a. Int data type, a name. And then following, you are basically assigning value to this variable. It's just like you have a equals to 2. You give the value. And you are using this value by calling this function. And next, you are going to set another pin. You can reuse your a. No one said a should be 2 forever, right? Can you do a equals to 5? You can, right? You can change the value. Same thing here. You just reassign the value to your pin and port number. Function number, no change, so you don't need to write one more time. Okay? And then you just call this function again because now this structure is holding new values. Okay? So you are programming, you are configuring the other pin. Okay? And you should have two functions setting the direction of these two pins. Okay? Whenever you feel confused, you are not clear how to write, means you didn't fully understand what's happening here. Okay? That's your weakness. Write down and ask. Okay? So this is the way you write it here. And as I said, so far, basically, so this completes the second exercise, right? So as I said, now you learn how to program each device. Can you see that I'm building up, right? I'm building up. I have this one, and then later I want you to add this one onto that, right? The previous exercise. So what I'm saying here is, you have your code is written, okay? You see I name, this is where I name my file. I said exercise 2, SW3 plus SW4 for music. And you see here, my code is very short. I remove all the unnecessary things. I have this header file, okay? I have these functions, okay? Basically, these are for the song. Okay, so this is a local function. Okay, by the way, the software I'm using is Notepad++. So this is very useful notepad. It's just a notepad but can show you different colors if you are writing in C program or assembly program. Okay, just like a notepad. Give you colors. Okay, so it's a good code viewer. So like this, you see, these are all my local functions. And the play song is playing the song, and inside this is get pause, get duration, get note, play note. They are all served for this function. So I keep it. All the rest I remove, and I have init GPIO. Okay, and then I have my main function. So you see, this form I can just save it. No one can touch it. When I try the new exercise, I don't modify on this. Okay, because it may screw up my existing program. Okay, so this can be served as a reference later if, let's say, you forget how to program this tool. You can go back and refer to this document. I mean, I'm not saying you follow my way, but you should have your own way, okay? I don't want you to keep losing your files. Okay, I can't remember where are my files. which one is a complete one, which one is not working. Okay, and you will spend a lot of time struggling. I mean, recall this one. I mean, recall what you have done. Recall your code. Okay, those are, you are wasting time. Okay. So now this is my second exercise. So practice 3, I want you to learn how to use RGB. So RGB is basically a single LED, okay, can display 3 different colors, or maybe more than that. So it can display red, green, or blue, or maybe sometimes 2 colors together, or 3 colors together. Okay, so this is also a GPIO device. Okay, so if you look at the schematic, this is a schematic. So actually this device has 3 different LEDs here. And this is for red, blue, and green. And there are 3 pins controlling those 3 LEDs. Okay, so these 3 pins, similar as your switches, they should be configured as GPIO. Okay, but here something you need to pay attention is this spacebar pin not only connecting to red, it also connects to your speaker. I don't know whether you have realized that or not. Just now when you play the music, your RGB is actually changing color. If you don't trust me, you go and check it. When music is playing, basically this pin is activated. And you basically turn on your red, or turn off your red. Okay? So this pin can connect to speaker as well as red. At this stage, at this moment, whatever jumper you have set, this one is connecting to both of them. So you can see the change of your RGB. But let's say if you don't want the speaker and the red working together, you need to remove or change the jumper settings accordingly. How to change? Read the baseboard user manual. Okay? Similar for this one. Okay? This pin is actually shared with OLED, the display. Okay? So your green and your OLED will always turn on together. Okay? That's why actually in your assignment 2, actually there's a requirement for OLED. We want you just to display something on the OLED. That's why if you look through the questions, we didn't ask anything about green LEDs. Okay? So you need to know which jumper is set this pin. Disconnect these 2 or link these 2 together. Okay? So this is, these are not the only 2 pins that work in this way. Okay, so the jumpers settings, you need to modify a little bit. So this exercise is asking you, I want my RGB LED to show red when both buttons are pressed. Else, I want it to show green. Okay? So far you have learned how to detect these 2 buttons are pressed at the same time, right? Now the new device introduced here is RGB. Okay? So you need to basically go through all of this, right? But okay, for this one, okay, let's just imagine. Okay, this one you need to configure these 3 pins to GPIO device, to GPIO mode, right? Now my question is, so there are 3 pins. Okay, so there are 3 pins. If I draw my LPC here, there are 3 pins actually connected to this, right? These pins you need to figure out. Now my question is, what are these pins? Are they input or output? Are you sending data out or are you receiving data? Sending data out, right? So you must configure this as output. Okay? So you can imagine what code you need to include here. You need to do the pin configuration. But as I said, all pins by default, they are in GPIO mode. Even you don't write those code, it still works. But for this case, you must write the set direction. Because as I said, by default, all pins are input. Remember? All pins are inputs. This time we want to use them as output. So there are 3 lines that you cannot ignore. Okay, you cannot ignore. All the others you can ignore. I'm talking about here. So all these you can ignore, but this line you cannot ignore for RGB. Okay? So that's the second step, the software configuration, right? The first one, the jumper configuration, I leave it to you, so you go back and check your manual, okay? How to set the jumper. So that is for this one, right? And then for the third one is the application, right? You write your own program. Like you need to learn how to turn on red, how to turn on green, right? Write it inside your if-else loop. Now my question, now I just want to show you the resource we have in the library. Remember I said for complex devices, we have functions provided. Okay? So from RGB is a little bit complicated than your switches, your push buttons. It has some functions given. So all the functions in device level, they are in EA baseboard library. Okay? So I think I mentioned this in my tutorial. So here, okay, so this is EA baseboard. The folders you need to focus is this INC and SRC. Under INC, you have all the header files. So from here, you can see the list of constant or functions that define for you already. For example, can you see this? RGB.h. Okay? If you double click, can you see here? These are the resources provided. For example, there are 3 constants. There are 3 constants defined. Okay, you can use them directly. For example, if you write RGB underscore red, it represents 0, 1. Okay? And you have another 2 functions written for you already. Okay? By the name you can tell the first one is for the initialization. The second one is set LED, basically allows you to turn on different colors. So let's see what we have here. RGB initialization. Can you see what we have here? What is this? Can you see this is our step 2, right? Pin configuration. As I said, you don't need to write all this pin number equals to 0, function number equals to 0, pin number equals to 1, because by default all pins are GPIO. You can ignore them. But for the direction, you cannot, right? That's why here, it's already written for you. So you just call this function, you are done, right? Now my question is, look at this. Are these correct? So from here, okay, the second from here you can tell is programming port 0, pin 26, right? The next one, you are programming port 2, pin 1. Okay, so these are the 3 pins for those 3 colors LEDs, right? But what is this? So as I said, there are, okay, let me write it here. Okay, keep your note, okay? So here you have your RGB. Okay, you have 3 pins, PIO something, PIO something, PIO something. These are the baseboard pins, right? Find out what are the corresponding LPC pins. Okay, they are actually P0.26, P2.1, and P2.0. So you need to set all this as output. This one, correct your second line. This one, correct your third line. How to set this one? Port 2, correct. 1, correct. You want it to be output. How to write this one? Remember, the second argument should be a 32-bit. Should be a 32-bit. And you write 1 to the position that indicating your pin number. Right? Let's say you are programming pin 26. How to tell the function that you are programming pin 26? You write 1 at position 26. All the others you write 0, telling your function that I'm not going to program other pins. Now my question is, I want to program pin 0. What should I do? What should I write here? 1. Right? And all the other place? 0. This should be your second argument. So can you see the error? Okay? So this is the error in the library we purposely didn't change. Okay? So here should be 1. Okay? Then let's see the other one. RGB set LEDs. Okay, right click, open declaration. Can you see that? You go to rgb.c. Okay, it's actually here. It's actually in the SRC folder. EA baseboard SRC folder. Okay? And what is this? Can you see the description? Set LEDs. Set LED states. Basically set the color of LED, RGB LED. Now your question should be how to use it. I want to set it to red. How to do that? Okay? Look at the code. It requires a parameter passing into the function, right? And inside the function, can you see that you are comparing this input with the constant? Remember this one, they are constant declared here. Okay? They are representing 1 and 2 and 4. Okay? So here, can you see that you are taking your input and comparing with different constant? Right? Basically here you can see that you have 3 segments of the code. You are checking, are you setting red? Are you setting blue? Are you setting green? Okay? This is the logic for this function. If you are setting red, you will do this. Similar, right? GPIO set value. Right? This is how you output 1 bit. You output signals from the port 2. Okay, set value. Again, this is a function given by the library. Right click, open declaration. See what do you need here? Port number, bit value. You have learned what bit value is. This is bit value, right? This is bit value, indicating which pin are you talking about, right? So, for this case, do you think this one correct? This is basically your red. This is connecting to your red LED. Okay? So, you are comparing your input with a constant. If this result is not equal to 0, this is for you to set turn on red. Turn on red. How to turn on red? How to turn on red?
This one.
You need to output 1 from this pin. How to output 1? You use set value here. Then this one is port number 2, correct? What should be this one? 1. Okay? Similar as the previous error. Indicating the pin, you need to write 1 to that corresponding bit. Okay? Else, can you see that? You are clear value, which means you are sending out 0 from this pin. Okay? Again, here is not correct. Okay? Basically, here is this is your input. So you are checking, okay, whether should I turn on red? If yes, I turn on. If off, I turn off red. Then you move on. Are you trying to turn on blue? If yes, you turn on blue. So basically, this one is for blue. Okay? And then, if not, you turn off blue. Then here, are you turn on green? Yes. You output 1 from this pin. Else, you output 0 from this pin. This is the logic of RGB. Okay? Then you have one final question left. What should you put on this? Right? Let's say we want to turn on red. What do you want to do inside this function? Do you want to execute this one? Yes, right? And you don't want to execute this one. Do you want to execute this one? No. Do you want to execute this one? If let's say I want you to turn on red, I want you to display red color. You want to execute this one because you want to turn off blue. Otherwise, blue together with red is not red. Okay? Blue with red, you will get purple. You don't want purple, right? You want red. So the lines you want to execute is this one, and this one, right? So whatever input you give to this function should allow you to jump into this, and this. Right? So what should you put in here? You know red is this value. Okay? Your red is 0x01. Your blue is 0x02. Your green is 0x04. So I want a value. If it's AND with this one, this is red, right? If you AND with this one, you want it to be non-zero, right? So you jump into that if loop. But if you AND with this one, you want it to be 0. So that you jump to this one, right? And you also want this value to AND with this number, you want it to get 0. So if you want to output red color, this is the input. This is the input that you should put inside the bracket. Now figure out what should be this value. Can you see is 0, 1. This guy itself. Right? If you AND this guy with itself, you definitely not get 0. Right? So this is hexadecimal. You have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. You add this one with itself, you will get 1. Right? But for the second one, you have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, because it's 2. 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Can you see this guy end with this or end with this, you will get 0? That's why people define these three constants in this way. Okay? So now you know how to use the function, right? How to turn on red. That's it in my main function. I can call the function. Okay, firstly, to use the RGB at the beginning, you need to include the corresponding header file. Right? And then you need to call the initialization of your RGB. Remember, it's setting the directions. You need to call this function. Okay, so you put it here. Remember what I said? Whatever put here before your one only run once. Okay? So you put your function here. This will set the 3 pins as output. Now let's say if button is pressed, I want to display red. You should use this function. Right? But inside this, what should you put? What should you put to turn on red? You can write 0x01 or use this constant. You can also use this constant. Okay? Put this one. Here. Get it? So this demos how to use the functions given. Okay? This is not the exercise I want. I want when both buttons are pressed, you display that color. Go back and try this. Try this exercise. Okay? And then one more homework. I'm supposed to finish the RGB within the class. I cannot do that. I have one more homework. I want you to go back and try the 7 segment. Again, there are functions for 7 seg. Look at the header file. See what functions are available. See how to use the functions. Okay? So your target here, how to say that you already know how to use the 7 segment, is you can display whatever character you want on the 7 segment. Or not even a character. A graph. Right? Let's say I want you to draw like this. Okay? Any arbitrary shape. You need to make sure that you can draw whatever you want. That means you fully understood how to use 7 seg. Okay? So that's for this week. Okay? So this one is a SPI device. So you will have the init SSP there. Okay, anyway, we'll go through this next lab. But I want you to try first. Okay? So you see you have something to do after class. You can see me in Saturday if you have questions. Okay? Thank you very much.